What's up, everybody? My name's Chance, and today we're hopping into a Boros aggro party deck that can deal 40 damage by turn 4. This is insane. Now, granted, that is best case scenario. Still, best case scenario, you're dealing 40 damage, which means medium case scenario, you're still dealing like 25-30 damage by turn 4, and that's insane. So let's break it down real quick, go through the math, and really blow some people's minds. So first off, turn 1, you're going to play Archpriest of Iona, 1 mana for this star power, 2 health creature, and it reads Archpriest of Iona's power is equal to the number of creatures in your party. At the beginning of combat on your turn, if you have a full party, target creature gets +1/+1 and gains flying. So you play this down, it's a simple little 1/2, nothing too special at first. Turn around turn 2, you play down Grotog Bug Catcher, this 2 mana 1/2 that is a goblin warrior, now making your Archpriest a 2/2 because you have a cleric and you have a warrior, 2 party members, right? So you swing in with Archpriest, you deal the 2 damage, whatever, it's kind of snoozing. Grotog reads, however, trample, and whenever Grotog Bug Catcher attacks, it gets +1/+0. Now you already have 2 party members down, so if it was to swing in theoretical now, it'd have 3 attack. Anyways, moving us to our turn 3 play. Ardent Electromancer. This is such a beautiful card for a common. 3 mana for this 3/2 that reads, when Ardent Electromancer enters the battlefield, add 1 red mana for each creature in your party. So we have Archpriest, we have Grotog, and now we have Electromancer, which means we have 3 party members, and we're going to gain 3 mana, which is exactly what this spell costs. So we play down Ardent Electromancer. Now, best case scenario, you would play down multiple, but we're not even going to count playing down multiple Ardent Electromancers, okay? We're just going to say you play down 1, and maybe you got an Anax in hand, right? So you play down Ardent, and you play down an Anax. Now, you're looking at turn 3, and you have 3 party members, which means Archpriest's power is 3. Grotog's power, whenever it swings in, is going to be 4, so you're dealing 7 points of damage. So you dealt 2 last turn, 7 this turn, that's 9 total, right? Keep up with that number, 9 damage total. This is turn 3, you have an Ardent, you have a Grotog, you have an Archpriest, and you have an Anax down. Turn around come the next turn. You know what I'm saying. You're going to have 4 creatures down. You have Embercleave, which, because you have 4 creatures swinging in, because you're going to swing in with all of them, it's only going to cost 2. And guess what you're going to spend that other 2 mana on? That's right, a Robber of the Rich, which is a rogue and completes your party. So now you have a full party. Archpriest is going to activate. So full party means it has 4/2 worth of stats. Let's say you select it itself with the +1/+1, so now it's a 5/3 worth of stats. When you swing in with Grotog, it gets +4 because you have 4 party members, so now it's a 5/2 with trample. That's 10 points of damage. You have the Ardent Electromancer, that's 3 points of damage, so that's 13 points of damage there. You have Robber of the Rich, so that's 2 extra points, so you're up to 15 points of damage. And next, we have the Anax, right, which power is equal to devotion. So you get 1 from Grotog, 1 from Robber, 1 from Ardent, that's 3. You get 2 from Anax, that's 5, and you get 2 more from Embercleave. Now, obviously, you're going to attach the Embercleave to your Anax, so your Anax goes up to an 8/4 with Double Strike, which equals 16 points of damage, right? Double Strike, 8/4, sorry. So you add that 16 points to the, what did I say it was, 15 points from the rest of your creatures. Now you're dealing 31 points of damage come turn 4 in that single turn. In that single turn of attacking, you're dealing 31 points of damage in 1 turn. And that means total, by turn 4, you've dealt 40 damage. That's not even talking about turning around turn 5, or, you know, even if you take out swinging the first 3 turns, you're still swinging in with 31 points worth of damage come turn 4, which is insane that this is a standard deck. So built up around this deck, because you're not always going to hit the perfect hand, we have Kitesail Cleric, 3 of, and this is another 1 mana cleric, so it still sort of fits the bill and can help you fill out your party. Not to mention its kicker effect only costs 3, and it reads whenever it enters the battlefield, if it was kicked, tap up to 2 target creatures. So in those games when you don't hit a perfect hand and you hit this sort of mid to late game, you tap your opponent's 2 biggest creatures and you just slam in with your Anax, with your Winota Force, with whatever. Next up, we have Fireblade Charger, which is honestly a card that I underestimated, and I think a lot of people will underestimate this card. So it's 1 mana for a 1/1 Goblin Warrior that reads, as long as Fireblade Charger is equipped, it has haste. Furthermore, when Fireblade Charger dies, it deals damage equal to its power to any target. So it can be removal, if it dies, and if you have an Embercleave sort of just floating around the battlefield come mid to late game, you draw one of these, you put it down, you equip the Embercleave. Now you have a 2/2 double striker, you know, trample, haste, whatever, going at your opponent's face, and if they kill it, you get 2 extra points of damage sending somewhere else. So 6 points of damage for a 1 mana card. Now you would have to pay the 3 with Embercleave to equip it, but that's still the nuts, right? That's still crazy. Next up, we have 2 copies of Sneaking Guide to give you 2 more rogues in the deck, as you only have 4 copies of Robber the Rich for rogues, so this helps turn your party aspect online, kick your Archpriest and all that good stuff online. You could remove these in all honesty, but nonetheless, here it is. 1 mana for a 1/1 Goblin Rogue, 2 mana, tap it, target creature with power 2 or less can't be blocked this turn, so I guess you could swing in with your Robber or something like that, right? 2 copies of Fire Prophecy to give you some removal on your opponent's stuff, and sometimes when you play Ardent Electromancer down, you're not going to get that 3 mana back, right? Sometimes you're going to play it down and only have 2 party members. Well, if you have Fire Prophecy, now you have some removal. You have Robber the Rich, you have another creature. You get where I'm going with this, right? Up next, we have Grotog. I explained him pretty well in the party breakdown of the main mechanics, right? Robber the Rich, same thing, been around for a while. Beautiful card, 2/2 reach haste, allows you to exile things from your opponents and then play it yourself. It's so strong and powerful. We have 2 copies of Shatterskull Smashing, and I want to discuss the lands real quick. We're not playing a ton of these tapped lands, a ton of the module lands or flippy floppy whatever special effect lands in this deck, and that's because you're playing an aggro deck. You don't want to have a ton of tapped lands. If anything, I would say maybe go up a copy of Shatterskull, but we are also playing 3 copies of Emeria's Call, and you don't want to kill yourself if you're up against a mirror match and all you're drawing is these bolt lands, right? So be careful with that. So 2 copies of Shatterskull Smashing for a little bit of mid-game removal if you need it, perfectly fine. Ardent Electromancer we discussed in full, and of course if you have a full party and you play this 3 mana card down, you're getting 4 mana back, which is, you know, not enough for a Winota because it's only 4 red mana, but theoretically it's enough mana value, right? Anyways, next up we have Kazuul's Fury. This is our first flippy, or our first like actual tapped flippy floppy land, not bolt land. As an additional cost, sacrifice creature. This deals damage equal to the sacrifice creature's power to any target. It's a great finisher for your game. Instead of just drawing a land late game like it normally would be, you have this spell, and now you can fling your, you know, 5/3 Anax at the opponent's face. You get the satyrs back, you get to deal 5 damage to their face, and hopefully that finishes them off. If not, you know, you swing in with the rest of your creatures and that gets them there. Valakut Awakening is a beautiful, beautiful land. 3 mana for this instant speed that reads, put any number of cards from your hand on the bottom of your library, then draw that many +1s. I found this card to get me out of so many sticky situations where my hand just didn't look that great, and then I cycled it and found, you know, not everything I needed, but I found the cards that I needed to continue the match and to answer whatever the opponent was throwing at me. Anax we talked about pretty extensively, and the satyrs, getting the satyrs back, that's actually really nice because that's a whole nother non-human creature for your Winota to proc off of, right? And that brings us to Winota, the other really broke card that's still in standard. 4 mana for this 4/4 that reads, whenever a non-human creature you control attacks, look at the top 6 cards, you may put a human creature card from among them onto the battlefield tapped and attacking. It gains indestructible, and you put the rest of the cards on the bottom of your library. So a lot of text there, but essentially you're looking at the cards in your library, you're hitting, you know, your humans, they're attacking and gaining indestructible when you say chance. Well, does your deck actually support that? Yes, it does. So you have Archpriest of Iona. Now imagine pulling this out, you know, whenever you have your Winota down, and Winota is a warrior, by the way, so it adds to the party aspect. So imagine pulling out an Archpriest. Even if you just have Winota and Archpriest, that's going to be a 2/2 tapped indestructible attacking creature, which will help add up. And of course you can throw Embercleave, and now it's 3/3. Anyways, if you got 3 party members, now you have a 3/2. If you draw 2 of these out, well, now you have 2 3/2s. You say, Chance, do you have enough non-humans to proc this? And I say, yeah, we do. This deck has it all. So we have Core Cleric, we have Goblin Warrior, we have Goblin Rogue, we have Goblin Warrior, another human, right, to help pull more things out. Robber the Rich pulling it out, being indestructible, swinging in with haste. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. Ardent Electromancer is another human, and granted, it doesn't it doesn't have oomph whenever it enters the battlefield, right? It's going to add mana, so if you have Fire Prophecy, that's really nice. If you have a Valakut Awakening, that's really nice. But 3/2 stats with indestructible attacking, that's nothing to sneeze at. Of course, Anax is another non-human creature. So you see Winota actually fits really nestled into this deck as a top-end finisher, right? Speaking of top end finishers, our other tap module land is flippy floppy, whatever you want to call it, is Makindi Stampede. This is actually really beautiful. So of course you can enter as a white source, which helps us for our Archpriest and Kite Cells and Winota and all that good stuff. The other side, however, is 5 mana, a little costly, but what it does is beautiful. Creatures you control get +2/+2 until end of turn. So if you're left over with a whole bunch of satyrs that are 1/1s, now they're 3/3s, and that can be a lot of damage come, you know, turn 5 if you have this, and your Anax happened to have died, and, you know, maybe they board wiped you or whatever, and you just got the satyrs. So it's a really strong card, actually. And then last but not least, Embercleave, as I talked about, is going to be the kicker, not the actual kicker, but you get what I'm saying, the punch of this deck, right? And then we have Emeria's Call and Emeria, Shattered, Skycleave, whatever, this flippy floppy land that is so beautiful. 7 mana, you get to create 2 4/4, and all your non-angel creatures you control gain indestructible. We've all seen it a million times. It's beautiful, 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 right? Anyways, that's going to do it for the deck tech breakdown. Don't forget the Needleverge and the Pillarverge pathways. These pathways are so good. I'm telling you now, they are the new shock lands, except you don't have to shock yourself. So it's like they're the new lesser version. It's like they split the shock lands, right? You got the bolts and then you got the lesser version. Anyways, thanks everybody for watching. Hope you enjoyed. If you did, be sure to leave a like, comment, subscribe, and hit that bell icon so you can get more spicy ass decks like this. And as always, I'll see you in the matches. Sorquix, Sorquix. I'm not quite sure. If I get your name wrong today, I do apologize. So we do have white mana here and here. I think this is actually keepable. We have the Archpriest of Iona and then the Grotog to follow. They get to go first, I think. So we'll shock this in, get Archpriest down. So we're an aggro deck, so we don't mind taking the life. Back to the opponent. Got some green mana, green red. Could be Gruul, Landfall, Lotus Cobra. That's what it's looking like so far. So we go ahead and go for the Grotog. And we will swing in. I highly doubt they trade out their Lotus Cobra. Even if they do, we have another rogue. So granted, not as strong, still. Another rogue is another rogue. Shatterskull is another land, so is Valakut Awakening. So we actually have 4 lands in hand, even though it looks like we don't have any. Shatterskull can come in untapped if we draw into an Ardent. We can go Shatterskull, then Ardent, and then Valakut, right? Discard the Sneaking God and the Fireblade and look for something else. Let's see though. Another Lotus Cobra, and then a land, and then a land. Alright, so they're up to 3 more land here, or 3 more mana, I guess I should say. Scoot Swarm, nice. Robber of the Rich, so we didn't hit a land there, and not an Ardent. Ardent Wizard. I almost just want to throw this in tapped, throw down the Robber of the Rich. Alright, let's get down the Robber. And we'll get down another Rogue, I think. Actually, I think Fireblade Charger would be better. So we swing all in. Grotog goes up to a 4/2. We have 3/2 on the Archpriest and a 2/2 on the Robber. Robber doesn't proc because we don't have less cards than them. Now, they may trade out a Lotus Cobra here because we do have a lot of power coming at them. If they do, it's probably with the Priest. That's what I'm assuming. No, Grotog. That's interesting because he has Trample. And the Priest, like, once it comes online, actually gives more value than Grotog, which just continues to smash. That makes more sense. Oh, interested in the Robber, I see. They don't know. They're not quite sure which one they want. Well, I guess we'll see. Next turn, we will still have enough creatures to swing in and make Embercleave only cost 3 mana, which means we could swing it on Grotog, have a 5/3 with double strike and trample. It's not bad. They're down to 8 life already, so I'd say we're doing all right. I like that insect. That is very cute, right? It's very interesting. The little egg behind it, not so much, but the insect is kind of cute. Alright, Scoot Swarm going off. Popping off. Ancient Green Warden. Lovely. Nice. Unfortunately, we can't kick this. If we could, that'd be kind of nice. But we can still swing all in an Embercleave, which I think is still the plan. They're going to block the Grotog, right? We'll see. Oh, that's a warrior. Should have played the Sneaking God. Alright, I don't have as much power. That's fine. I can still put the Embercleave on the Grotog and it'll take out the Green Warden. Or I could put it on an Archpriest and we'll kill all of them and deal 3 to face. Let's see, Grotog doesn't live, Archpriest does live. Grotog takes out the Ancient Green Warden. I like the idea of taking him out, so that's what we'll do. We'll take him out. We still get to trade out a Lotus Cobra for our Archpriest, so that's not bad value. We're still kicking our opponent down to 6 life. And yeah, I'll play this down as a land. If we can find another white mana, we can kick out Kite Sail. That'd be nice. Alright, so they're going to get 2 down here and proc Scoot Swarm. And it's going to make 2 Scoot Swarms actually off of that, I think. No, because they'll be at 5, not quite 6, right? Right. Because you sacrifice the land. That's good. Whew. But they still are going to make some more little 1/1s, right? Up to 4. Which means if I swing in with the 2/2 with double strike. Ah, 5 because they had another land. Alright, well, they're at 6 and they have 2 Scoot Swarms. It's not fantastic. We could throw this down and equip it with Embercleave, and then we have at least a little bit more damage sending at them. I like the idea of that. Because this will deal 1 if it dies, and this will deal 2 if it dies, so that's 3. So we just need to deal 3 to face, right? Which means they have to block, well, at least 1 damage. They don't have to block anything past that, but they might wanna. So there's the 1. Oh no, they just blocked 1. So Fireblade doesn't die. We get to deal 1. Do we take out a Scoot Swarm or we deal 1 to face? I guess it really depends on what they draw next turn. I think we go here. Right, because now if this Fireblade Charger dies, if they don't gain any life, then we win. Nice. We got it in the pocket. Good game, good game. Alright, so we still picked it up. We didn't even have a perfect hand or a perfect draw, and we still picked it up, so that's nice. Maddie Arvigo, gonna be our next foe. Nice. We got 3 lands here. We got a Fireblade Charger, not bad. An Ardent Electromancer. I kind of like it. We'll keep it. We'll see what happens. For now, we'll just play down the mountain because we don't know what may be on the other side of our cards, right? Hopefully we can draw into a rogue like a Robber of the Rich. That'd be kind of nice. Not gonna lie. Robber the Rich, then we could go turn 3 Ardent, and then also Anax. That's pretty strong turn 3 if you ask me. If we could draw into an Embercleave after that, we're not dealing 40, but we're dealing a hell of a lot, right? This is just a regular old draw. Ooh, another Ardent Electromancer. I'm not too upset about that. I think we play this down as white. We have the Shatterskull for sure for the Anax. So we'll get in one. We still have Fire Prophecy as well. And I'm not entirely sold on Fire Prophecy. We might swap that out to something else, but I wanted some interaction with the opponent's creatures, right? Something there. So Maddie is playing Gruul. And back to my turn. Alright, well that is a cleric, which means it's a different creature from our Fireblade Charger. We could throw this in tapped, not shock ourselves. If I do shock myself, we're only gaining 2 mana. We're going to enter it tapped, and we're just going to throw down the cleric. Get all in. Now on our next turn, we should be able to gain 3 mana. We'll play down Ardent, and Anax, and that'll be a huge power boost. Hopefully our party creatures can survive. Obviously, Gruul does have some options for removal. Generally, they rely on creatures being down though, so taking a little bit of relief in that. Though I guess it could be a Bone Crusher, right? Good old Bone Crusher. And they certainly are hovering my creatures a whole lot. Yeah, don't look at them. There's no party going on here, Officer Maddie. Leave them alone, leave them alone. Rada. Beautiful. Beautiful. So, we go Ardent. Boom. We go Ardent. Boom. Now, I can't go Fire Prophecy, or I can go Anax. I think we go Anax and line up for the next turn. Swing in, right? Right. And we save the Valakut Awakening. You never know. So we'll get in with our 1/1 flyer. Down to 17. We have a mighty big board state. This is turn 3, right? Turn 3, we got a 1/1, a 1/1, a 3/2, a 3/2, and a 5/3. Whoo! Gives me the chilly willies. Anyways, Maddie. Oh, I also, quick little note, I like how they have the rock, and then I got the purple rock, right? And this is an actual different pet. It's a different pet rock. I can't remember the name of it, but yeah, you know, it's kind of cool. I went with this one because I figured everyone would be going with the rock, right? I was like, no, not I. We're going to play with a different one. Oh, I love the animation on that. So a questing beast, a big mighty beast. Ooh. Alright, so we have some decisions to make here. We can go ahead and take out the Rada. I think that's what we do before we make any other hasty decisions. We just pop. Now there is a card I want to put, and I think it's the Needleverge. We already have white mana in case we need anything else. I like Valakut. I really like Valakut. Another white mana, but it's Emeria's Call, and that's really strong. I almost just want to swing in. I should have swung in before, but I almost just want to swing in with everything. Even if they take out Anax, cool beans. If they don't, we're still A-okay, right? Yeah. Taking them down to 4. And we get a 1/1 Satyr back. Yes, please and thank you. So we're going to leave that call in our hand because next turn we may want to Valakut Awakening. Discard 2 cards, draw 3. 3 mana. That's not bad. Not bad. When we're looking for an Embercleave, when we're looking for that answer this late into the game, they're already down to 4 life. We might want to start running some shocks, honestly, or Slaying Fire, right? Deal 3 damage to anything. If you pay 3 red mana, deal 4 damage. If we drew that now, well, we don't have 3 red mana, but we have enough creatures swinging in. They can't kill Fireblade Charger without it dealing 1 damage to them, unless they exile it. So I'm feeling pretty good. Anax, if it dies, you know, we're still getting two little creatures back, so that's nice. Akum Hellhound. Oh, if we could play this Makindi Stampede, but we can't. I just swing in with everything. They block the 3/2. They block the 4/3. We're still taking them down 3 points of damage. I think we might play this. Let's go all in. Let's do it. Let's do it. Do it to it. So 3/2 gets blocked by Questing Beast. 4/3 gets blocked by 0/1. Yeah. Next. Rolling regrowth. Now this thing grows. Gets +2/+2. So that's going to be able to, you know, stay toe-to-toe with Anax, which means our Anax is going to die. That's okay. That's alright. I mean, hell, we can go ahead and do this. We know we're doing this. They don't know we're doing this. We know we're doing this. Another Valakut Awakening and an Archpriest. Archpriest is pretty good. They're down to 1 life as well. Which, again, if they kill Fireblade, that's it. That's a GG. So we're going to keep the Archpriest because Archpriest is pretty cool. We have Cleric, Warrior, and these are just Satyrs. Alright, so it'll still come down as a 2/2. Nothing to sneeze at. Nice. GG. That was still a beautiful game. Blacker Lotus can be our next foe. You know, I'm okay with this. Archpriest turn 1, Fire Prophecy turn 2. Maybe we can find something for that to power up that Ardent Electromancer. I don't like the fact that we keep going second, but you know, it is the way it is. So we'll keep this. This. Hello. It's always polite to say hello. And we got one of the pathways. Super excited about these lands. 1, seriously amazing art. 2, I love them. I love them already. So before I make any decisions on Needleverge, I kind of want to get my full shablamo out. So we'll go ahead and swing in here. I think we'll actually go ahead and play our other Archpriest as well. Now next turn we play our Ardent Electromancer. If they have a creature on the board, we can also have 2 mana for the Fire Prophecy, so that's not a bad proposition. They're playing Abzan. Is it Abzan counters? Oh, this is gonna be beautiful. They're really gonna dislike us. I could go for a Robber, of course, and not worry about the Ardent into Fire Prophecy. I could go for Robber. Next turn I could go for Ardent. But I like the idea of taking out their creature better. And I'm not cycling that, so we might just decline this here, actually. The removal is great. We're still getting in 4 points of damage. Come next turn, we'll get down Robber. Our Archpriest will be up to 3 points of damage. That'll be 9 points here, 2 from the Robber, if we decide to go with Robber, of course. All right, that's 11 points, puts him down to 4 health. Yikes. Another Ooze. Ooze. So we are going to be playing this down this turn. I think we're fine to play it for white mana, just in case we get Emiras. Question, are we going to play this down? 2 is not enough, so I don't believe so. If we play Anax, we might actually get some value, though, if our creatures do die here, but it won't power up the Archpriest. So I'm going to go here and hope we steal something with the Robber. What did we get? What did we get? Stone Cool. Hey, I can play that. I can play that. So they're going to let 9 points go through. They're down to 6 life. And I can't play that, actually. Can I? I can. It just wasn't lit up for some reason. It wasn't lit, but I got it. It's okay. Everybody calm down. We're going to power through this. Our Ardent Electromancer. So much power. So much. 3/3. Uh-oh. Is created. Oh yeah, this is the one that copies itself. Right. So how many humans do we have? 3 humans already. Yikes. Winota. I know. You wish I'd played Anax last turn, don't you? Me too. Not gonna lie. Me too. That's okay. It's all right. We'll play Winota. We'll swing in still with everything because power is power. And yeah, Archpriest. Indestructible. Another 3/3. tapped attacking. That's a GG, ladies and gentlefish. So 3-0 with our Boros party. We are partying hard, I tell you.